Hello, hello. How are you doing today?
Hey, we're good. How are
Good. How are
you?
you?
Hi. Wonderful. Well, we're so happy to have you on with us because this show is intense. It's fun to watch and just has us binge watching over here. And so you got to be excited for uh how it's picked up. And now, of course, we get a new season, which is really exciting. So it's a really good time for you guys, right?
Yeah,
It
it's
is, yeah.
amazing.
It's very exciting.
It's been
Yeah. Well,
at each time, at each point, it's been so well received. You have to keep pinching yourself
Mm.
that it's actually happening.
yeah. Well, when you get a script like this, because the story just keeps you so involved, you must look at it and think, I got to do this, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like the first time reading the scripts, it was like just couldn't have jumped off the page anymore, to be honest. This character, Tommy, like I saw myself playing him and saw myself in the situations that he was in and really related to the character and yeah, it was just right from the offset.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, this was a very, very hard time in history, and of course, going back to that, brings up, a lot of memories for people, and but somehow you have to keep it fun on the set. Was it a pretty fun and light set considering the subject?
Yeah, I think it's really funny when you have subjects that tackle, difficult and hard situations. I often find that behind the scenes,
Hmm.
sort of counteract that with humor and friendship and whatever. So there is a little bit of banter and tomfoolery behind the scenes, and thankfully we all get along, really well. And in a way, I think that spills over then into the series in terms of the friendships that have developed between all of us, and the writers are great because they pick up on that and then they'll just sneak it in into the dialogue.
Yeah. Do each of you have a favorite memory from the set, either the season or last, that kind of that you'll always take with you? We're just looking around, going, "All right, this is great. I get paid to do this."
Yes. For season two, there was a crazy, uh, massive fire scene in a
Yeah.
house, and just getting to do that was super intense.
Mhm.
There was, a huge explosion straight in front of me, and I mean, it's the adrenaline is definitely rushing through you, but it's good fun. Yeah, I think for me, one of the best bits, it was like the real like pinch me moment was when we were filming in the police training academy in Northern
Mhm.
Ireland. In the first season, Tommy's obviously trying to pass a shooting test, and we actually got to fire some of like the real weapons and stuff to
Mhm.
practice, to see what it felt like. And just standing in that range and being shouted at by these older officers and all the rest of it was yeah, it was like like a dream.
You like people being abusive towards you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm not used to it after 2 seasons it's been happening. So
And what would you say, Sam?
In season two, there's an opening sequence which was just incredible. We shot it in one day, which is remarkable in itself that we tried
Mhm.
to pack all of that in, and also testament to such a fantastic crew to be able to achieve that. But we were in this armored vehicle and we spent the whole day in there. Whilst yeah, I think it says a bit about me. I quite like sort of people being abusive to me as well, because we spent the whole day with sort of the cast or extras throwing bricks at the van and petrol bombs and stuff like that. And you can't help but, there is an element of excitement. And when you're trying to achieve something like that in one day, such a mammoth action sequence, it's really high octane stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, now, of course, people are looking at what you do and have been for years and think, well, this is the greatest job in the world, and sometimes it is, but it's certainly hard. And for those looking up to each of you, what advice would each of you give to somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps?
Oh, that's a nice question.
I would say just stick with it. Just
Mhm.
stick with it. If you have a passion, you've got to pursue it. It's not going to always be a bed of roses, because nothing ever truly is. There will be ups and downs, but you just have to, stick at it and have a level of self-belief to keep you going, really. That would be my advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say maybe like a little bit like more on the specific side, but something that sort of worked for me. Try and like if you can audition through, like identify the ones that like you would really have a good chance at playing. And if you do, or if you're lucky enough to get an audition through, which you're like, okay, this is not a million miles away from me. Like I could get this one. Those obviously try hard with every audition, but those are the ones where you should really, really put in the work and put in the graft, because at the end of the day, like this job is the same as anything else in that I think the harder you work, the more likely you are to succeed, you know?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend drama school, to be honest. I thought drama school helped me loads, and to do the research, read plays, go see plays, watch TV, but then also on the flip side, it's the idea that acting isn't an academic career, and it's supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be spontaneous, and it's all about connection and being present in the moment.
Absolutely. Well, to wrap it up, the show, there's a lot depending on what people have thought about, gone through, or maybe didn't even realize what they might get out of it. Is for any of you, is there something that you're hoping that people will take away when they watch this? But besides that, it's just such a fun and engaging show.
I'm hoping that people will take away a level of understanding of a city with, a complex past, and and feel that they understand it more on a human level. I'm also hoping that they will understand what that job entails in terms of commitment that these individuals give to this vocation. So yeah, those are the two takeaways I would hope.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for being with us today, and please keep up the show. We love it, and I look forward to talking to each of you again soon.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.